got to be real.
Be real. Be real. Yes, guys, what's going on? I hope you're all good. Okay, so we're talking about Kell Brook versus Shawn Porter. The fight's been announced for August 9th by Kell Brook. And I'm happy this fight's got made. I was starting to think, I'm not going to lie, that Kell Brook is going to back out of this fight. I didn't think he was going to, but I thought there's a possibility that he might back out of the fight. I thought he might find a way to avoid it, but he's taken the fight on, so credit where it's due. He's taken the fight on. He could have wiggled his way out of it somehow if he wanted to, but he hasn't. He's taken the fight, and I'll give him credit on that. Kell Brook fans, yo, I know you want to dislike my video. Dislike it, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, okay, so he's fighting against Shawn Porter on August 9th. I think it's a very good fight. I think that a problem that could happen in terms of Shawn Porter, first of all, is that Shawn Porter might overlook Kell Brook because Kell Brook hasn't faced anyone. He's had problems against Carson Jones. Shawn Porter might overlook that, and Kell Brook might come in steaming, the best he's ever looked, and take Shawn Porter out and become the new welterweight champion. If he does, Britain's going to go crazy because Sky Sports have got Kell Brook and they're going to hype him to unbelievable levels. But do I think that Kell Brook is going to beat Shawn Porter? I ain't going to say yeah. I'm going to say in my pre-fight, as always, I try not to give predictions before. So I'm going to stay away from a prediction in regards to Kell Brook in this video. I think I probably have already done a prediction of this fight before, but forget about that. I'm not going to predict what's going to happen in this fight. But the thing is that Shawn Porter, he fights in a similar... Shawn Porter fights in a kind of a similar style to Carson Jones. Different, but similar. Similar in the extent that he throws hooks and he's a power puncher. And we saw that Kell Brook kind of struggled against that and he started gassing out. And that, that Robles, he landed similar punches to what Carson Jones was landing on Brook. Bust his lip. Also, Carson Jones in the second fight, I thought was landing very good punches on Kell Brook. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Kell Brook does against Shawn Porter, because this guy is the first elite fighter Kell Brook has faced. He hasn't faced anyone near the opposition of what he's going to face, and that's an issue because a lot of world champions, when they fight, they build their way up slowly. They have a good amateur record, whereas Kell Brook hasn't had a good amateur record. Shawn Porter has had an exceptional amateur record. And Kell Brook's fighting, I think, an opposition which he hasn't ever faced. I truly think he hasn't faced anything like this. He might have sparred here and there, but he's never been in a ring on a professional level, especially against someone of the caliber of Shawn Porter. And that's not a knock on Kell Brook. That's a positive of Shawn Porter. I think that Shawn Porter is a very good, exceptional fighter, and I think that Kell Brook's taken a fight here, which was a very difficult fight to take. I think, sorry, not a difficult fight to take, but a very difficult fight for him. I think that Shawn Porter carries a lot of pop. I think he's powerful. I think he's strong. I think he's slash 154 pounder. But this is the thing, Kell Brook is also a very big, he's probably one of the biggest 147 pounders that there is at the moment. But this is a dangerous fight for him because the style of Shawn Porter, I'm going to be honest, okay? I'm not going to lie. I think Keith Thurman is a much better fighter than Shawn Porter, and I think he would beat Shawn Porter. But I think Keith Thurman is a more winnable fight for Brook than Shawn Porter. I think that Shawn Porter stylistically poses many problems to Kell Brook. But the thing is, I say that, but then I go back on that, actually. No, I go back on that because Shawn Porter has a weakness. And it'll take a fighter to expose it. It could be Kell Brook. Is if you can catch Shawn Porter on the way and you've got some sort of heavy-handed right hands, you can knock Porter out. Kell Brook's got that right hand. But we don't know if he's got the timing at world level, because against Shawn Porter, facing him on a world stage in America is totally different to fighting in the UK in your home crowd and a small little undercard that you got going on and a tune-up fight. That's different. Fighting on a major card, topping the bill in America against the world champion, the champion of the world. You guys understand? Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine, put yourself right, tomorrow you're going to be fighting for the world championship. You could be the champion of the world, not just a few people, the world. You know what I mean? That is a big pressure to hold, and it's Kell Brook's dream to get this. And he knows that there's a lot of riding. He knows that he can't show his face if he loses this fight. This is a must-win fight for Kell Brook. This shows, because he's getting old as well. He's getting old. If he loses, he can't come back from it, really. can't. This is his one chance that he's caught, and that's it. Because he had chances before Timothy Bradley, Maidana, and he had multiple chances instead of having tune-up fights to fight a fighter who is known, and he didn't have to. You know what I mean? He didn't have to go for the world title straight away. I mean, why not take a fight like Robert Guerrero or someone like this? You know, so a good fighter on world level, a top 10, top 15 fighter. Why not take someone like that, a good top 10 fighter, who are not necessarily a world champion, but you know, a good fighter. Why didn't he take someone like that? He didn't. He's taken Kotelnik. He didn't take Kotelnik. He took I'm very tired, guys. I'm sorry. He took Sinchenko, and he took on Carson Jones. So this is my issue with Kell Brook. He hasn't faced anyone near the opposition of Shawn Porter, and it could shock him on the day when it comes to fight night. The power, the speed, the movement. Shawn Porter, we know what he's gonna do. He's gonna come in, box Kell Brook a little bit at first, and then all of a sudden start jumping in and landing big shots, and he's gonna do it behind the jab. And if he lands, we've seen Kell Brook get hurt before by Carson Jones, and people say he was tired. I don't think so. I don't think it was that. I think he got caught in the second fight, and I think he got caught against the Robles guy. So, you know, people want to make excuses, make you excuses. But, yeah, I do think that Kell Brook can beat this guy, though. I think if he can time him on the way in, I think he can knock Shawn Porter out. But that's the only chance he's got, is knocking Porter out. I think that to beat Shawn Porter on points is too much of an ask for Kell Brook. I don't think he can do it. I think that Shawn Porter is a superior boxer, superior athlete, superior puncher, superior IQ level. He's got everything, but Kell Brook has one thing, which is an equalizer, which is his timing. He's got very good timing. Kell Brook has very good timing. And if he could time Shawn Porter's weakness, which, see, Kell Brook has weaknesses, but they're not as big as Shawn Porter's. Shawn Porter has a weakness which is leaving himself exposed on the way in, and he jumps into his punches. When you jump into a punch, the thing is, if you get caught with the right hand of the way in from someone like Kell Brook, he'll knock your ass flat out because he has got power. But can he do it at world level? We'll have to see, because, I mean, everyone, right, you want to bum off Kell Brook, bum off him, but the truth is, why did Kell Brook not take a more stronger fight earlier? People are going to make an excuse of he wanted to take this world title, but listen, don't bullshit me. The bottom line is that if he felt like he could beat a world champion, he would have taken a top 10 fighter, because the top 10 fighters will not be as good as a world champion. So, you know, you'd be confident that you can beat them because you think you're going to be world champion. So, you know, it's questionable. Where's Kell Brook's confidence at? I'm getting really tired, so I'm going to shoot off. But I'm really glad that this fight got made. August 9th, I'm extremely glad. I'm Team Brook for this fight. I'm Team Brook. I'm going to be supporting Kell Brook. But it's a difficult fight. It's a very difficult fight. Shawn Porter could edge this fight. And listen, guys, make sure you follow me on Twitter. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, and make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. I keep it real. I try and keep my emotions out of it. My likability for each fighter, I try and keep out of it. And I try and look at it with my brain, not my heart. I always do that, and I always try to judge the fights. And this is not a pre-fight. I'm going to do a pre-fight close to the fight. So let me know what you think, comments in the section below in a bit.